According to the media, BMW has all but admitted to directly copying Tesla. Yeah. I actually don't think that's a big deal. You know why? Because if you take a page out of Bill Belichick's playbook and you copy it and it actually works, then it's not stupid. It's a smart strategy. That's what I think anyway. So what are they doing? How are they copying Tesla? Are they copying Tesla? Yeah, they pretty much are. It's pretty clear, pretty obvious. And here's what they're doing. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. Hope you have had an amazing day. And I find this quite interesting because a lot of people are criticizing Tesla for this reason. They're saying 4680 battery cells, they're not good. They're not even the form factors. Just it's more marketing from Tesla. Elon Musk is he's just marketing it. It's just a big hype job. There's no actual substance to this product whatsoever. No, why would anyone use them? No one's going to use them because everyone else is going prismatic cells, cylindrical cells suck. They're not the future. Blah 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 blah. I'm sure you've heard all this stuff. It's just honestly the same nonsense just being trotted out over and over and over. And you know what? If you hear it enough times, you start to think, maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. Maybe the 4680 cell is rubbish. Maybe structural battery packs are not good. And then along comes BMW, who have some of the best engineers in the world. They do, not the best, but some of the best. And they go, okay, this company has been working on a product for years. If we copy them, we'll be very late to the party. But you know what? It's better late than never. So they go and do it. Now, is Tesla's 4680 cell really as bad as what all the naysayers are claiming if BMW says this about it? This is what BMW says about it. Now think about this. If BMW is saying it, they're saying, yeah, we know this is Tesla's, we're copying it, but it's going to do this. Maybe Tesla wasn't lying after all. It's worth considering that. BMW says its Gen 6 batteries may foreshadow their class-leading electric cars with 620 miles of range or more, 30% faster charging, and 60% less CO2 in production. They claim, using the 4680 cylindrical cell form factor, identical product to Tesla, right? That they're going to have class-leading electric vehicles. In fact, they even call them new class to say class-leading. Now, the real true irony here is not only the fact that they're saying this form factor is better than what they have now, but they're saying what they have now, which is prismatic cells, right? I've seen all the people saying, I know everything about batteries. I know that CATL and BYD are miles ahead of Tesla. Tesla's used the wrong form. They didn't know what they were doing. Elon Musk had no idea what he was doing. He went down the wrong road. Clearly prismatic cells are better. And then BMW come along and say, no, we actually researched both of them. We've looked at them both. We think cylindrical is better. We're moving away from prismatic. We're going to go to cylindrical. So clearly it's not so clear cut. Clearly there's no actual right and wrong here. It's just different. When it comes to structural battery packs, there is a right and wrong. Clearly, structural battery packs are a step ahead of the current battery packs being used by Ford, General Motors, etc. The structural battery pack is a clear evolutionary step forward. Now, that's a different matter. I'm talking about the actual form factor of the cell. Now, BMW's Gen 6 batteries offer significant changes when compared to the current Gen 5 battery packs, which are used in cars like the i4, iX3, i7, and iX. The new battery packs will use cylindrical cells, 4680s, shaped like tiny cylinders that resemble AA batteries. And that's instead of their current prismatic cells, which are flat and rectangular in shape. Now, there's benefits to both. Of course, nothing is perfect. Everything has trade-offs. Even if these clowns are coming on to whatever article you're reading, whatever YouTube video you're watching, making these comments like making themselves off as geniuses, they're not. There is no godlike battery. They think there are. I've seen these comments, people saying, CATL, they have battery geniuses there. They're just way ahead of everyone else. No, they are making good product, but it's not way ahead of everything else. There is always a trade-off to every battery type. The same thing BYD fans are saying on their BYD Facebook pages. BYD Blade battery, it's a miracle. It's a million miles ahead of everyone else. It's amazing technology. Please calm down. That's not true. Yes, there's advantages. There's also disadvantages. Of course, if we're comparing all these batteries, Tesla, BYD, and CATL, if we're going to compare them to, say, LG Chem's batteries, which seem to have more flaws than everyone else put together, then yeah, they're all ahead of LG Chem. That's fair to say. That's why LG Chem is losing market share, right? That's why companies who make only basically nickel-based batteries are starting to lose market share, clearly, to lithium iron phosphate-based battery companies. Now, BMW now joins EV-only startups like Tesla, Lucid, and Rivian in using cylindrical cells. Now, isn't that interesting that 3 startups have chosen to use cylindrical cells? Maybe they're not as bad as what these anti-fanboys are saying. Now, BMW is saying that their setup will allow them to put more cells into the same footprint as their Gen 5 vehicles. That's one advantage, allowing for up to 30% more driving range with significantly reduced costs. Considering that 40% of an i4's total vehicle cost is the battery pack, that move will be essential for them to gain efficiency. Generation 6 batteries also bring packaging improvements, Earnhardt said, with a battery pack being built into the vehicle frame itself. What are they doing? Structural battery packs. Who else actually pretty much started that in EVs? People are saying Elon Musk is a charlatan, right? Okay, here's a fact. Basically, he and Tesla together came up with the structural pack design. Everyone, including the world's biggest battery companies, since he did that, has copied Tesla on that design. And BMW is saying themselves now, very publicly, that is a way that has to be done to get to the next generation, to improve battery packs, to improve the vehicle, to reduce the weight of the vehicle. Now, one of the things you probably noticed about BMW's EVs, they're exceptionally heavy. Volkswagen's EVs, exceptionally heavy, much heavier than the equivalently sized Tesla. Now, this is one of the key reasons why they haven't been using these types of gigacasts or structural battery packs, these kinds of innovations. BMW says this: with the battery pack being built into the vehicle frame itself, the packed chassis setup means there's no extra layer for the cell modules, as is the case with our current EVs. You put the cells straight into the vehicle, Earnhardt said. This helps keep down the cost and the weight. He added that building the vehicle around the pack itself improves the efficiency of charging itself. Earnhardt said these improvements were needed to fully realize the customer needs in the coming years, especially from those who may want more than 500 to 600 miles of range from a single charge. And even if you adjust for range differences on the US cycle, they're still about twice the range of several BMW EVs right now. Whether it's reasonable or not, it's a different discussion. But those customers are there, Earnhardt said. You'll have this big volume push electric only to deliver on all of those needs. So BMW is saying, with using 4680 cylindrical cells and structural packs, you can get 500 to 600 miles of range, right? Tesla said the same thing. Naysayers, the people who, I don't know why there's so many Tesla haters, but there's a lot of them, are saying it's not possible. So now, basically, you've got CATL saying the same thing. CATL, Tesla, and BMW are saying you can do this if you do it this way, right? You can do it other ways, but this is one way you can do it. So if you see people saying that's not true, it's just don't even listen to it. It's just utterly nonsensical. They don't have any idea. If they did, guess what? They would be working for one of these battery companies. They would be working for Tesla. They would be in one of these positions. They're not. They're sitting on forums talking. They're not actually doing anything. BMW says that if they can deliver on these specs, the net gains for the owner will be considerably better than their impressive cars they currently make. And BMW says they can significantly reduce carbon emissions over the next decade, including in the production process itself, while increasing the use of sustainable materials across the board. Cobalt, which is both expensive and notoriously dangerous to mine, will be reduced in favor of more silicon and nickel compared to Generation 5 batteries. This will lead, say BMW, to 20% greater cell volumetric energy density. This is what BMW concluded by saying. They want to make a purely electric vehicle with a goal of outstanding range at very low cost. And they believe this is the best way to do it. So does Tesla. We think that from our experience, the approach is the best you can go for. And we are pretty sure it's going to stand out in the market. Now, I don't know if BMW or Tesla are right, but I think it's a good chance. But I think there's a good chance that if BMW is openly admitting to copying Tesla, openly admitting to copying them with 2 innovations, structural battery packs and 4680 cells, that Tesla wasn't lying about the capabilities of those cells. We haven't seen them yet to their fullest capability, but it's only a matter of time before we actually do. Personally, I've got to say, BMW, kudos. This to me, I cannot give a higher compliment than this. If you see someone else doing something and you've been doing something a certain way and you realize that their way of doing it is better than your way, even though you might have invested hundreds of millions or billions of dollars doing it your way, and you say, you know what, that's a smarter way to do it. That's the opposite of sunk cost bias. That's making the right strategic decision. And if that's what BMW have done, massive credit to them for stopping where they're at and changing course. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.